Former Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson paid tribute to the man who backed his sacking from the BBC show after tragic news. Former Top Gear star Jeremy Clarkson has paid tribute to the man who ended his career. It comes as BBC executive Alan Yentob died aged 78 over the weekend. Despite Yentob previously sacking Clarkson from the Car Fanatic show on the BBC, the Clarkson's farm star still paid tribute to his former colleague, recounting how they dined together just days after his controversial exit. Taking to X, Twitter, Clarkson shared, "Alan Yentob is the guy who called to end my career at Top Gear. He knew what had really gone on though, and 2 days later, we had dinner. Great man. Loved and understood television. My love to Philippa." Back in 2015, the BBC's Director General Tony Hall announced that the corporation would not be renewing Jeremy's contract when it expired just weeks later, effectively dismissing him from his presenting role on Top Gear. It was a decision that Yentob reportedly backed at the time. The announcement came after an internal investigation into what the BBC labeled as a fracas between the presenter and a producer on the show, Asheen Timon. Initially, Clarkson was suspended by the BBC after a late-night row at the Simonstone Hall Hotel in North Yorkshire, where the program team had travelled for a location shoot. The investigation found that Clarkson launched an unprovoked physical and verbal attack on Timon during which he was struck, resulting in swelling and bleeding to his lip. After Clarkson was fired from the series for punching the producer, his co-stars James May and Richard Hammond also left. The trio were immediately hired for a new motoring series, The Grand Tour, on Amazon Prime Video. May recently opened up on the sacking as he said that he didn't believe that the BBC should have cancelled one of the world's biggest shows. He said, "I don't actually think our Top Gear had to end. I thought it was very unfortunate, and I don't actually think our Top Gear had to end because of it. I think it could have been patched up and put down to a bit of high stress and flightiness, to be honest. It happened. It's regrettable and it's unfortunate, but it didn't need to lead to the collapse of something very successful. Maybe these things are ordained and it was time for us to move on. We had been doing it by then for a decade, I think, more. And I never imagined it would last as long. I went into it from magazine journalism and I thought it would be a good laugh probably for a couple of years. I mean, without being big-headed about it, we were Top Gear and we were one of the biggest TV shows in the world at the time. It was quite an intense environment and it's not entirely surprising that it occasionally went off the rails. If we'd been AC/DC or Thin Lizzy, nobody would have been the slightest bit surprised."